Taurus, welcome to your weekly reading. Let's get started and see what messages we have for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the week ahead. Now, keep in mind that these are general readings and may not resonate for everyone, so make sure to check out your other placements to see what messages may be waiting for you there as well. Okay, my friends, let's get started here for Taurus. What is the energy around the week ahead for Taurus? Ooh, between worlds, Taurus. Okay, so you're definitely moving towards something that's changing here. You may not even realize that you're at sort of a fork in the road where you're getting some support from the universe. We see here leg up, so it's like you've been focused, you've been diligent, you've been really concentrating your energy on a certain goal, a certain outcome, a certain path, and I feel like it's paying off. You're getting a lot of support here, and that is a reflection of your energy being in alignment with something that's moving you towards something that you desire. So something is shifting here. You're moving from one line to a new line. So there could be some things outside of your control, but I also feel like some of this is within your control. Some of this is being chosen, like you're choosing some of this. So whatever this is, it is in line with something that you're choosing. There are some aspects that are outside of your control. So there may be some things that you just have to surrender the timeline, surrender the how, but you're really focused on the why. You're really focused on understanding why you're doing something, and it's very motivating here. Let's see for Taurus. There's your new beginning. Yeah, so you're definitely moving towards something. We see that Ace of Pentacles and the Sun with the World here. Beautiful, beautiful. Now, seeing the Ace of Pentacles with the Sun both in reverse doesn't mute these cards very much because they're very, very auspicious, very, very powerful cards, the Sun and the Ace of Pentacles. I feel like these describe the elements of what I was saying when I mentioned that some of this is outside of your control. So the aspects of this that are outside of your control are showing up here as the Sun in reverse and the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So what that tells me is that there's a part of you that as you're moving from one timeline to another, there's a part of you that's a little pessimistic about whether or not this is going to work. There's a part of you that's like, is this actually going to lead to this new beginning that I'm attracting? I'm trying to attract this new vibration, this new beginning. And I feel like right now you are leading the show. I see the Emperor on the bottom of the deck here. I feel like you're really a natural leader right now, Taurus. And the parts of this that you do have control over, you're not messing around. You're working really hard on this. But the parts you don't have control over, it's almost like you're starting to feel a little bit pessimistic about whether or not this is really going to pay off in the end. You might be starting to doubt some things, and you might need to create a stronger foundation to support your dreams here, because honestly, this really feels like you might be prioritizing the outcome instead of the journey here. So you're sort of being guided to release the outcome. Even though I think it is an outcome that you desire, you're sort of being guided to stay rooted in the dream itself, to support that dream itself, to prioritize the bigger picture instead of just the outcome. And I feel like seeing this says to me that you are moving towards it. You just might be trying to sort of control the timing. You might be trying to control the exact way things happen. And as a result, you might be experiencing some delays or some self-doubt, or this idea of having a bit of a negative mindset and needing to have inspiration again, needing to feel like, you're moving towards this, and the parts of it that you can't control, like timing, it's almost like you just have to trust that the timing is right, instead of sort of getting pessimistic about it and having a mindset that says, oh, everything is delayed, everything is delayed. I actually think you're getting a lot of support here, because this is something that is very authentically you. And yeah, seeing the Seven of Swords, you could be sort of deceiving yourself a little bit with that mindset, trying to find shortcuts, maybe trying to find a way to control time. It's an interesting concept, time. You are at this crossroads, though, between two worlds. Two of Wands there on the bottom of the deck. So it's interesting, Taurus. I feel like you just need to keep going and to shift your mindset into a place that says, this is possible. I believe it's possible. Nine of Wands. So you're at that point where you're very close again to achieving your goal. You might not see it. You might not realize it, because of this mindset, because you've been working so hard on something, and now you might just need a rest. You might actually need to do something different for a little bit to shake that energy up. A little bit of self-care, a break, a rest. Sometimes we need to be able to really look at ourselves honestly, face to face. We're seeing the Two of Cups here. For some of you, this is the idea that you need some self-care. Right? You need to take care of yourself. You need to bring yourself back to yourself here, because you've got this sort of shifting energy that's moving. You've completed a cycle with this World card, and you're about to enter into a new cycle. But I almost feel like you need to ground into yourself, a little bit of emotional healing here and a little bit of physical rest to prepare. Now, for some of you, this could signify that as you are sort of moving from one space to another space, you might be sort of coming into a new relationship. There might be someone that you're going to meet that's going to be very supportive and helpful to you as a partner in work or in romance or in friendship. You might be meeting the right collaborators here, just as you are feeling like you might never achieve something, even though you're so close to it, Taurus. You might just find that you meet the right people right when you need them the most. We're seeing the Moon card here on the bottom of the deck, so there is some fear here. There's some underlying fear, self-doubt, a bit of anxiety as you are sort of wandering in a new space without a lot of familiar landmarks or markers that you're like, oh, that means I'm almost there. You can't see right now. You must trust this without knowing at this point. And don't let your mindset start to think about doubts or defeat, because then you're just going to experience more delays, it seems. There's the King of Pentacles coming out in reverse. For some of you, this does have to do with work. And I think that there may be an overemphasis on the money aspect. You might be overly focused on how am I going to make more money, as opposed to the bigger picture of this shift that you're encountering right now. So for some of you, this is definitely a work situation, and I feel like you're being guided to focus more than just on the material aspects of this journey, but to expand your view, to see things from a different perspective that allow you to see beyond just the material. You might need to add something else to this so that it doesn't feel like you're just pursuing material wealth. That's a part of this, though. For some of you. Now we see the Eight of Cups here on the bottom of the deck in reverse, which tells me that you're still holding on to some emotional patterns here that might not be serving you. And that could be part of this for some of you as well. Some of you this is about work. For some of you, It could still be about work, but there's a bigger emphasis placed on how you feel about things as they're transforming. I think for some of you, you want to hang on to the familiar. For some of you, you don't want to leave your comfort zone. And for others of you, you're ready to leave your comfort zone, but you're still sort of struggling with this idea that you can't see around the corner yet. You don't know how this is all going to work out. And so there's an element of trust here. But there's definitely a cycle that has completed and a new beginning on the horizon. It's just a matter of getting into alignment with that new beginning vibrationally, really believing it's possible, and taking care of yourself, slowing down a little bit so that you can get some rest, nourish yourself, see eye to eye with your higher self here. You might be coming into new collaborators. There's a bit of a mindset shift that needs to happen here, Taurus, because there is some negativity that you're being guided to sort of move away from, to clear your mind of any sort of thoughts from the past that may be limiting your beliefs about your ability to be successful and what success is all about in the first place. Yeah, you've been having a difficult time envisioning your future. This is a good time actually to do some visioning, some visualization, some envisioning and visualization exercises. Where do you see yourself? And how does it feel? You know, and when you visualize it, what's in the foreground, what's in the background? How does that translate into the emotion about this? What is the emotional quality of this experience? And what are your thoughts around this? You know, are they limited? Are they open? Are they pessimistic? Are they optimistic? It's interesting. Yeah, there's past moments that you're sort of using as a basis to say this isn't going to work. You know, I feel like there's a part of you saying, well, I tried that before and it didn't work. And it really was upsetting, or you're not getting the feedback that you want, and so that's feeling limited. You know, I feel like you really need to get some distance from those kinds of thoughts. You know, just because something didn't work in the past, then tweak it a little bit or try it again in a different time. It might work. Maybe you were in the wrong space for it, you know. I feel like you're being guided to move away from those kinds of thoughts, beliefs, emotions, to really to recover from that and to heal. Yeah, Queen of Cups in reverse. Your emotional quality right now is one that you're not trusting yourself. You've got a lot of self-doubt showing up here, Taurus. And that is causing the delays. The self-doubt is causing the delays. Yeah, there's the Magician in reverse. You've got to shift internally in order to shift in the external. There's some defeating conversations or defeating ways of thinking that aren't serving you. You need more time to be grounded and to sort of recover. Queen of Pentacles in reverse showing up for you. The Queen of Pentacles doesn't focus on what's missing. She's just grateful for everything that surrounds her. And seeing the Queen of Pentacles in reverse tells me that you may be focusing on what's missing, and it's bumming you out, to put it lightly. You know, you need to focus on gratitude at the sort of beginning of this. If you're feeling a little bit lost and fearful and you're starting to shift into lack where you're focusing on what's missing, I think a good way to sort of turn that around for yourself is to start focusing on gratitude, to start really looking around at what is and start being grateful, start feeling grateful. By embodying that gratitude, you will help yourself shift internally first, because this negative mindset is causing some delays. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that for you, Taurus. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope this has been helpful. Please consider subscribing, liking, sharing, commenting. I appreciate your support so much. If you're looking for a personal reading, you can find that information in the description below. And as always, I look forward to reading for you again soon. I'm sending you so much love and light. Take care, my friends.